Hello, everybody. My name is Brooke Chapman. I am a Beachbody coach, and today's video is called 21 Day Fix Meal Planning 101. Um, I'm going to just show you a method that I use to do my meal planning that has worked for me really well, and I wanted to share it with you. And so the first thing I did is I wrote on the side of my board, and you can just use just like a scrap piece of paper or just a plain piece of paper to do this. So you're going to want to open up your book and find, once you've found your calorie range, you look at the chart. And so my calorie range is the first range here, the 1200 to 1500, and you can see which containers I get. So I wrote those just on the side of my board so that I can keep track of how many I am using as I fill in my food that I'm going to eat for that day. So I'm just going to jump right into it. So the first thing is breakfast, and I always have my Shakeology for breakfast every morning because I get up really early and I work out, and so it's a great time for me to have my Shakeology. So I'm just going to write on here, Shakeology for breakfast. And you can look in your book and you'll find that Shakeology counts as a red container. 1 scoop counts as a red. So I'm going to come over here to my reds and just put a little tally mark because I know that I've used one. All right. If you add anything to your shakes, make sure that you check that off on your containers over here. Okay, so I don't really ever add anything. If I do, it's usually spices or extracts or some type of free food because I like to eat my food, and so I fill them into my snacks and my meals. All right, so next is a snack in between breakfast and lunch. One of my favorite snacks to have in the morning is Greek yogurt and a fruit. I enjoy grapes with my Greek yogurt, so I'm going to put Greek yogurt and grapes, and it could be any type of fruit that you prefer. So Greek yogurt also counts as a red, so I'm going to put a tally there, and grapes is a fruit, so that counts as a purple. So I'm just going to put a little tally there so I know I've used that. All right, next is lunch. Typically for lunch, I usually either have a salad or a leftover from dinner. So, and that's a really good tip when you make dinner. Always make extra so that you'll have something in the fridge that would be a good leftover, a quick meal you can get. So for today for lunch, I'm going to put a salad. So I'm going to first put a salad, and you can use whatever type of greens you prefer. I usually use spinach. So I would fill a whole container of green with my spinach. So I'm going to mark off a green. Then if I want to put a whole bunch of mixed veggies on it, I could put tomatoes, onions, peppers, cucumbers, any of those things. Just stuff it all in one green container. So that could be another green. I'm just going to put mixed veg. So that would be another green container that I've marked off. All right, and then usually I always add some type of protein. Some good things to have on hand is, like I said, some leftover, like if you grill chicken, make a whole bunch so that you have some leftover to put on your salads. If I don't have any protein ready on hand, I'll use hard-boiled eggs or canned tuna. Those are kind of easy ones that you can always have in the fridge. So I'm going to use hard-boiled eggs. And 2 hard-boiled eggs count as a red, which is a pretty good deal, right? 2 eggs. And then also I'm going to add a 21-day fix dressing. There's some recipes in your eating plan, and I've tried most of them. All of the dressings are really good, so make sure you make one of those dressings. So I'm going to put 21-day fix dressing. And you would use your orange container for the dressing. So I'm going to mark that one off. All right, so that looks like a pretty good salad. Looking at the containers I have left, I could add some more. I still have 2 yellows, So I could add maybe some black beans or some edamame. You can just look in your book and look at, the list of yellows, and you could pick something out. Um, but I'm going to keep going because I like to finish it and then kind of go back and plug in containers that I've missed. So I'm going to go to my next snack, and looking at the containers I have left, I still have a blue, I have 2 yellows, I still have a fruit, so this would be a good time to have your second fruit. So I'm going to add an apple and peanut butter. It's another one of my favorite snacks. So apple and peanut butter. All right, so I'm going to mark off a purple. And for peanut butter, you have to use your teaspoons, and I always use both. So I'm going to mark off both because 1 teaspoon of peanut butter is just not very much. So you probably want to use both if you eat it with a piece of fruit. All right, so now I'm down here to dinner. And I always recommend to my challengers that when you're on your first round of 21-Day Fix, really just keep it simple. Don't try to do a bunch of fancy recipes. Just start with a lean protein, a healthy carb, and a veggie for dinner. That's really the easiest thing, and it's the healthiest, and it's simple. So for dinner here, we eat a lot of grilled chicken, a lot of fish, ground turkey. So I'm going to put here, we'll just do grilled chicken. And grilled chicken counts as a red. So you can see there, I've already used all my 4 reds, so that's great. And then I'm going to add a healthy carb, and I love sweet potatoes, so I'm going to add a sweet potato for my yellow. And then I can also add a vegetable, and I'll just do broccoli. Broccoli is pretty healthy veggie. Oh, I misspelled it. There we go. And I'll just add, and I check off a green there. All right, so I've planned my whole day, but as I look back over here, I still have some containers. So what I'm going to do is kind of go back and plug in where I've missed. So I still have a yellow and I still have a blue. So what I'm going to do is just look in my book. I can find my, here's my blue page. So there's avocado. I could add a 1/4 avocado to my salad. Almonds. I always have almonds in the fridge. 12 almonds is a blue container. So I'm going to add almonds to, how about my morning snack? So I just add 12 almonds. But you could plug it in anywhere if you wanted to add it to your salad or your afternoon snack, or even if you wanted to have another snack after dinner, that's fine. I am a late night snacker, so it's fine to have a snack after dinner. Just don't, just try to avoid any yellows or purples after dinner. So sometimes after dinner I'll have hummus and carrots or something like that. So you could plug it in anywhere, but I put it there. So I'm going to mark off my blue, and then I still have an extra yellow. So I'll look in my book. Let me see what kind of yellows there are. Edamame is a great one. I always have some edamame in the freezer. So I could add that to one of my snacks. All right, you know what? I'm going to add it on top of my salad. I like to throw a bunch of things in there. All right, and then I will mark off my yellow. And there you go. I've got all my containers accounted for. I've got this day planned. So then what I'll do is take this. You can use this empty meal planner. It's in the file section of our group. And so I would just copy all this onto Mondays and then start all over and go to Tuesday. A great tip that I often use when I do my meal plans is I start with dinner. Dinner is really the only meal that I plan out for a week at a time, just for grocery shopping purposes. So I'll start with dinner and then work my way up. because dinner is a big deal for most people, and you want to be able, you don't want to feel deprived and feel like you get to dinner and you find out you only have 2 containers left. So you can start with dinner. Especially works great if you know you're going to be going out to eat, or if you know you might be using one of your cheats that day. If you're going to be ordering pizza, so you'll know that you already have that plugged in, and you know you're going to have to swap it out for one of your yellows. So that's a great tip that I usually use is plan from the bottom up. All right, and so do that for each day. You'll fill in your whole meal planner, and then throughout the day, as you eat them, make sure you check them off on your tally sheet. And both of these are in the file section, but if you have other way, if you want to use the app, or if you want to make your own, spreadsheet in Excel, or whatever you want to do, but these resources are here for you. All right, I hope this helped. Again, my name is Brooke Chapman. If you don't have a coach and you happen to be watching this video, please find me on Facebook. It's Brooke Chapman, or you can email me,